Man, we back, y'all. Man, we back with another episode, right? Man, we got LB, you know what I'm saying, in the building, man. This is actually, for a lot of y'all who don't know, man, this is part 2 for us. You know, I don't know what happened to the footage. I don't know if, man, I was tired, whatever, man. I accidentally deleted it, man. But, man, you know, like, the footage was gone. But, you know, man, just being resilient, like able to, you know, respond to adversity, you know, because like, I'm like, man, that was a tough blow right there. Because I'm like, man, the conversation was so powerful. But like, one thing I will say is like, I definitely believe in like God, you know, Godspeed, God timing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, it's definitely a reason to, you know, while we part 2 again. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So man, it's definitely good to have you, man. And you know, man, a lot of y'all don't know, man, LB killing the game, man. What would you call yourself? Would like what do you go by? Like, I'm a videographer, photographer, I'm an entrepreneur. Like, what do you?
I just go by. I'm a content creator. I do it all: videos, pictures. So you can't just limit me to you're a videographer, you're a photographer. I'm a content creator. You know, people come to me, they want their content right. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And then, man, let me ask you, LB, like, when did you get into the whole filming and
it was like a years long process. So me and my brother used to make Vines. We was pretty popping on Vine. But like we was like 14, he was like 10. So like we really didn't know much to do, and social media wasn't as big as it is now. So we stopped on that when Vine died out. Then
do you, not to cut you off, but do you think if social media was as popping as it is now, like y'all, you would have been like, kind of like,
would have been lit.
Okay.
Would have been lit. My mom, grandma was full supportive. Like, obviously, you know what I'm saying, like, they don't know much about social media, but I'm pretty sure they would have steered us in like the right way, all that type of ordeal, you know what I'm saying? But that's that. Then 2017, graduated high school. Then we started, I started making highlight tapes for my friends that was seniors. I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, yo, let me make tapes. Like, I know what I like, you know what I'm saying? So if I know what I like, I know your video is going to be fire. So I was doing that for them throughout the city. I stopped doing that for whatever reason. Then, I remember my free trial ran out. So I stopped doing it. I'm like, bro, I'm not paying for this. You know what I'm saying? It took like a year off. Then my homie Frank, he was like, you want to come with me to go do a photo shoot? I was like, why not? Whatever, I'm not doing anything. Right. So we went to the photo shoot. Then he remember I took a class in high school. He's like, you know how to wear a camera? I'm like, I know like the basics or whatever. I'm not too fond of it. Then did that. I took one picture. He's like, oh yo, like you know what you're doing. I'm like, a little bit. Then he's like, you want to shoot a music video for our? He's like, I'm about to shoot music. You just want to shoot it? I was like, yeah, why not? And then it's been up since there.
Right. And then like, man, let me ask you, because like I'm sure when you guys started off on your journey, like the money wasn't just flowing right away. Like talk to me about, because like I feel like a lot of people, like, I like to say, like, I didn't do that for free. I kind of planted that seed, you know? So was it a lot of that to start off your process? Like, just a lot of, like, let me film this, like...
Yeah, so a lot of it was let me film this, and I'll film for him. Then people would just throw me money. Then also, too, our friend Terrell, he was already filming videos for people in the city. So, like, people that had, like, $100, $200 budget to be like, yo, you can go film this, whatever. Because he wasn't going to do it because he was like, I already know what my price, so I'll go and film it from there. And then that was like pretty much it. Like when I first started, like you can ask anybody, I was more about like building relationships, right. You know what I'm saying? And that was like where I was like building relationships and just go from there with it. Mm-hmm. That's like kind of where my foundation started, was like relationships and just run it up from there.
Right. And then like, you know, how did you find that balance of, like I say, like planting that seed and then like, okay, I gotta charge, but like maybe like it's a great opportunity, but you know what I'm saying, you probably just don't have a budget for it. Like how did you find your balance on that?
Really, so I really didn't start making like money from videos until probably like 2020, after like COVID, because once I realized that everyone was getting paid off of like unemployment, all that type of ordeal, I'm like, okay, like yeah, I know y'all got money. But right. Before that, it was mostly.
Hey, it's like tax season coming up. That's why I'm like, hey, we gotta get our hustle on.
I shot so many videos during that time, but before that, it was just like people hit me up for a video. I just let's shoot a music video. I'll be like, all right, throw me this number right here. Just throw me a price. Or like it was like some simple like, oh, I need you to come up with this. All right, just throw me gas money, yada yada yada. You know what I'm saying? So it was like really that, just like building like that foundation, so I can have like the portfolio of work. I was really trying to build my portfolio, but also at the same time get paid from it.
Right.
Like I had a job at the time. I was working there, but it was like any extra money. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was going for, really.
Right, because I'm like, man, it's dope to see, like, and that's why I say, like, never for free, just planting the seed, because I'm like, man, people that I did, you know, go and, like, people say, oh, you did that for free, like, people I did go do that for, they clients brought me business, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it kind of, like, just came back to it, so, like, you was just saying, like, kind of going back to building that foundation, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And then, man, let me ask you, man, like, who's some influences, you know, behind the camera for you?
Music video wise, Cole Bennett, Omar Jones, they want like the top in the game. Sports video wise, there's like a lot. There's like a lot of creators out there. He goes by Raw Jules on Instagram, MXG Films. It's like a lot on Instagram that I follow that like I wouldn't even say like I'd be like, okay, like that shit's fire, and I just follow them really.
So how important is that to like follow like other people? And then right. That's why I was like, man, we need to probably adjust a little, because I was like, I think your arm might be cut off.
Yeah, like too far cut off.
Yeah. See, now we talking. That's good. See, like now that's
fire.
Yeah. Cause I was like, man, I think his arm, because I was like, that had happened to me when I was like filming. I'm like, I'd be so zoomed in thinking I got the right angle, but I forgot like when the camera starts, it zooms in like a little bit more, like our little. So I'm like, damn, like. But I'm like, you know, that's the crazy part, man. Like, cause you know, like when you growing and getting better, like it's like I tell people like I'm not the best, I'm a beast. Like it's like I was hearing Eric Thomas like. You know, like he was talking about putting the content on. He's like, I didn't care if it was a stutter, if it was this, if the camera was off. Like, it's just about like really just, you know, staying consistent for real. You know, talk about some hiccups that you have and that you had like as far as in the game, and then you know, how did you get over those?
One of them, I shot a music video, and then he didn't like it because I posted one of my friend's videos and I tagged my friend in the video, but he thought it was my video. And he wanted like a certain effect. I was like, I didn't know how to do it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want it. He wanted me to like refund him and all that type of ordeal. And I was just like, you know what, forget it. Like, here it is. You know what I'm saying? Then another one was I filmed a wedding and they wanted like a certain part in the video, but like I was a one-man camera crew. You know what I'm saying? So like I had to film that. And film all like the other stuff too, but all they wanted was me to like have like the camera post up on a tripod and just film like the whole thing. If I would have asked, I would have got it done. But they was cool with it. They understood it was like my first wedding. But those things right there is just like you just take them to the chin and just bounce back. You know, I didn't let it like oh damn, like oh this sucks. It was just like all right, like just bounce back and just keep going. Right.
What's that feeling of like you know? Cause I'm sure you know, like you killing it, man. LB, y'all, he killing the game. Like how did you deal with like people not liking your work? Cause I feel like that's a lot of things that entrepreneurs like struggle with. You know what I mean? Cause like you lose clients, and everybody's gonna like your work. So like how did you deal with that? Like, and is it like, are you giving a refund? Like, hey, I didn't revise this 2-3 times. Like, I'll refund you. Or is it no refund? Or
back then, I didn't have contracts in place, so like. I'll just fix it until like they wanted it, you know what I'm saying? But now, as I know, beforehand, I just say what they want. Through the shoot, I'm showing them the shots, and then like in the contract they sign, like you get like 2 revisions before like, all right, like I need some more. This is taking away time, you know what I'm saying? So like that's really like the bounce. That's really how I counteracted that, because before I had like no paperwork, none of that. So it was like, we shoot a video. You don't like it, we fixing it to, you know what I'm saying, get right, you know what I'm saying? Now it's like, all right, like, if some of them, I ain't gonna lie, some of them don't be thinking, so like, they'll be like, all right, can you fix this? Let's say like they want me to fix the title. Like, all right, oh, can you fix, this one little part right here? All right, like, there's two revisions. All right, now the third one, I need to pay. Oh, it's only this little part. Nah, you already got 2 revisions. You could have said all that in like the first one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, it's just like, I get into like technicalities, like the wordplay, like the contract and all that type of ordeal. But that's how we counteract that.
Got you. No, that's real, man. Cause I'm like, like you said, it made me thinking like when you was like, man, like ask me questions and stuff. Like just don't ask me like more than twice, right? When I answer it, like you could have just asked it all this one time, like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's man, that's pretty funny. And then like, let me ask you, like, what do you think? What do you think you're best at shooting? And then what's something you need to work on? Like, you know what I'm saying? As far as like, you know, you might be better at music videos and you need to get better at sports. You know what I mean? Like, what do you think for yourself?
I feel like I'm pretty good at sports videos, telling like a story. Music videos, I'm really like getting like my own style. I'm starting to like to find it. Like you starting to see that in my video. I'm starting to like find my style. But what I need to really work on really is like pictures. Like some of the pictures I take is like cool. But I ain't gonna lie to you, I be getting lucky sometimes. I just be posting them, telling the homies post up and just snapping. Take like 100-something pictures. I be like, one of them's good. Right. I just get lucky. You know what I'm saying? So that's something where, cause I be seeing people that have the same camera, same setup as me. I be looking at that picture. I'm like, oh damn, like, that's fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like me really practice on that, making sure like my shit is like clean, my shit is like good. So that's really what I'm working on now, is like taking pictures, really, so I can really like hone in on that, learn how to use my camera, my lens, and my angles and all that.
Got you. And then like when you creating this content, like how important is it for you to be like natural or like being in that like because I feel like sometimes like, you know, certain people like, all right, I'm just trying to create content for that versus like that just naturally happen, like, you know what I'm saying? Like how important is it for you to like kind of get like them natural moments and then kind of like, because sometimes like you gotta be in that like creative mode too as well.
I shoot as natural as possible. Obviously, music video, that you gotta do something, but like say it's like a sports video or I'm shooting like a gym video, try to do as natural as possible. But like if there's something that I feel like needs to be in the shoot, I'll be like, yo, act this out real quick. You know what I'm saying? So I'll say like most of my videos, 85% natural, authentic, 15% is like, yo, act this out real quick. So like I try to keep it natural as possible.
All right, no, that's what's up, man. And then let me ask you, because man, like you're a quiet dude, you know what I'm saying? You know, humble, all that, man. Just always smiling. Like I say, when the first time I met you, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, you had the camera, and like I'm asking you question after question after question. I'm like, this dude gonna get tired of me, but you just kept answering and stuff, man. I just want to ask, like, what's some things that, you know, people might not know about LB, you know what I'm saying? Because all they see is the smile and, you know, things like that, man. So, like, who is LB? Like, where you from? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I was born in Long Beach, California. Moved to this town called Buckeye, Arizona when I was 8 years old, 9 years old. I was living there since I was senior in high school. So, that's really, like, where I'm from, really. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hard worker, seeing my mom and grandma get it in, you know what I'm saying? I've always been like, one thing, like, even as anybody went to school, I always was like someone that was always about like the money or getting like to it. Like, you know how like school they had like the free fruits, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And me and my boy Frank, we used to take them fruits and sell them to people at school. And like some people would just be like, oh, like I'm hungry, but yo, like $1 get you this orange, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Carting that orange, you know what I'm saying? So me and my boy Frank, we always been like hustlers, you know what I'm saying? Get it in. One thing about my boy Frank, like his parents, he tells like his parents got money, but they never like gave him anything, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta work for it. So like he seen things, so like me and him bonded off of that, and like too, he seen me, he's like, yo, like he seen like my mom stuff, like he's like, never ask for anything, come home, play people in basketball for some money, play people 2K, Madden for money, come back, you know what I'm saying, just had like stacking up, you know what I'm saying, that he seen that, we working, grinding, so like, you know what I'm saying, so I've always been like hustler, wanting to go get it, you know what I'm saying, no questions, no problems, you know what I'm saying.
Right. That's real. And then, man, like when I heard you go back to like, you know, having a solid foundation, like what does that look like for LB? Like, you know, as far as the solid foundation, like what is your foundation built on? Like,
my foundation building is like loyalty, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, it's cliche to say that's hard to come by nowadays, which is true, but it's like to me, loyalty, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be like be through some battles with someone, like when you up, you had it all, you lose it all, then you bounce back, you know what I'm saying? That's really like loyalty to me. So that goes for like my mom, my immediate family, mom, grandma, brothers, sisters, a couple like the homies, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like they see me when I was up, you know what I'm saying, doing good, see me when I was down bad, you know what I'm saying? But one thing is saying like they still there, help me get through it. And one thing about myself is I never quit, you know what I'm saying? Like always push through it. If I didn't have it figured out today, have figured out the next day. You know what I'm saying? Figure out how to go do it. You'll never see me sitting about complaining about anything. You know what I'm saying? Or like pouting. Oh, how I'm gonna figure this out? It's like like. Even if I pout today, the problem's still gonna be there tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, figure something out and go get it.
Right. And that's real, man. Like foundation, y'all, man. It's so important. Even to like answer that, like you say, like loyalty. You know what I'm saying? Like a team, just everything. There's so many principles. You know what I'm saying? Sticking to the code. Like so many things to build that foundation on. So then when you really get to where you at, like the building don't crumble. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And then I see you with the all money in sign, man. So I gotta ask, man, like that influence from Nip, man. Like what's something when you think of Nip that you really think about that stuck with you?
One thing about me with Nip, just like he was always hip to the game. He was like a hustler, and then he was like an icon like in the city, like you know what I'm saying. So like that's something like. With me is like I realized at one point like I'm pretty sure Nip knew at one point like he was bigger than LA, you know what I'm saying, and he stood for like a lot of people like in that city, you know what I'm saying. That's kind of like me living in Arizona, Black Arizona. Is like I remember I was hooping, me and my cousin was hooping. I don't really talk about like what I be doing. Follow me on Instagram, you see it. We was hooping, and then some dude came up to me and he wanted a picture. I was like, all right, like you probably see my YouTube video. He's like, nah, bro. He's like, I remember being in high school, seeing you do this, you know what I'm saying? Now I see you filming for at least some people, like, showing a picture, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, dang. So, like, me, he's like, I know at some point, like, at least he's bigger than LA. It's like, for him, it was bigger than LA. That's how me is, like, me than Buckeye, Arizona. Like, at some point, like, he's bigger than me. Like, someone probably watching this, you know what I'm saying? Thinking, like, oh, like, 'cause that's a small town, you know, there's really not much going on, you know what I'm saying? They're probably watching this and be like, oh, damn, like, if he can do what he's doing now, he went to the same school I went to, then I can do it too, you know what I'm saying? Right. So, once I happened to me, I was like, all right, like, it's like a lot bigger than me, you know what I'm saying?
Right. And then going back to like being bigger than you, like what's some advice like you would give to somebody like you say that's gonna watch this and stuff, and like you know what I'm saying, like they struggling, they going through hard times, they don't know if they want to continue to do this process and stuff. Like what's some advice you would give to them?
Biggest thing is don't quit. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you quit, like you go back to square one. That's one thing I like never quit. Like. I went through some stuff, you know what I'm saying? Even on this video, I went through some stuff. But, like, even though, like, it hit me hard, probably set me back, I came back 10 times harder, you know what I'm saying? Those videos, don't quit. Whatever you're trying to do, you know what I'm saying? You got this, you got a smartphone, look up what you're trying to do and get to it, you know what I'm saying? Like, right. There's, like, so much stuff you can be out in this world. There's so much more. There's so much more to see than what you're going through right now. Like, and plus too, it's only temporary. It only lasts forever if you let it to. You let it get to you. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of stuff don't faze me. A lot of stuff don't get to me. You know what I'm saying? Like someone can do me wrong and be like, all right, like I'm not gonna message you or something like life changing can happen to me. All right, cool, it happened. All right, still gotta go handle about my business. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And what you said, like what you going through is more than like you see, and like it goes back to that, like walking by faith and not by sight. And like I always say, like people walk by sight and not by faith. Like they they wake up, no money in their account. They wake up, they see the bills, and it's like you think like, man, it's gonna last forever. You know, it made me think of like my cousin P5 was saying in the interview. You know, shout out to P5, man. He killing it, you know, executive producer in LA. He was telling me, like, you know, you got to be a product of your decisions and not a product of your environment. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, that's real, but a lot of people don't feel like the decisions they making is going to pay off. Like, how important is that? Like, on the decisions you making and the time you giving, you know, the things you giving time to.
Yeah, decision making is important. Like you said, every day you wake up, you got a choice. First choice you got to wake up in the morning is like you either gonna lay in bed or get up. You know what I'm saying? Right. Some days it might be harder. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? You gotta make those decisions. So like me, I pretty much do the same thing every day. I really don't pay too much mind to like a lot of stuff. Like I don't really pay attention like to a lot of like the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, all right, how is this gonna help me? Is it benefiting me in any shape or form? If it's like a collaboration. All right, is this shit like 50-50 or is it 70-30? Like, how is this going to benefit both of us, you know what I'm saying? Or, like, is this video shoot even worth going to, you know what I'm saying? Or any about that, you know what I'm saying? So I try to make stuff, like, real simple when it comes to, like, decision-making. Not, like, thinking, like, too hard, you know what I'm saying? Because my grandma always told me, she's like, life can be so simple if it's yes or no. Anytime you go in between, that's when you start getting, like, like so much stuff start happening. As soon as you say yes, make your yes mean yes, your no mean no, life will be so simple. So that's kind of like what I kind of stand on.
Right, that's real. No, I definitely like that. Life can be so much simple. It's either yes or no, right?
Yeah.
People be thinking, don't really want to do it. It's like, you can say no, right?
Yeah,
like,
you can say no. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's for real right there, man. That's funny. And then I got to ask you, man, like, who are some artists, it can be dead or alive, like, who's some artists, like, give me like 4 to 5 that you would, like, shoot a music video for, and what song? If you know the song.
I want to shoot Nipsey Hussle. I want to shoot Nipsey Hussle, Young Niggas. He told us.
Make a nigga want to come and get it. Come on.
He told us in the I think it was a Sway interview, like how he wanted to get it done. So shoot that one. I want to shoot Jay-Z video, an Adele video. Then obviously I want to shoot a Drake video. I know Drake gonna come out with some music, so obviously, you know, if you get that Drake cosign, shoot a video with Drake, like you up, you know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is like tag you and like shut up your notifications because you get blown up, you know what I'm saying?
It's a wrap. Like they shot for Drizzy. We gonna make it happen. I'm telling you what. It's like y'all remember this. Like we talking on it, we speaking on it. I'm telling you.
So look, crazy thing about it, because every week I DM Drake. I'm like, yo, the first thing I said to Drake was like, yo, you don't know who I am. Obviously I know you is, but we gonna work in the future. It's gonna be game changing. I send it every single week to Drake. You know what I'm saying? So like one of these days, when he opens it, he sees it, and you guys see it happen. Just know that like I DM'd him, like you said, planting the seeds. You know what I'm saying?
For real. And like, bro, it's crazy that you say that, because like that go back to like persistent. Like when you plant those seeds and stuff, like man, they really actually start to pay off. It's like even when I went down to Virginia to do the interview with Giovanni Ruffin, he was like, I almost didn't even see a message. But he was like, I see how persistent you was, you know what I'm saying? Like as far as like just sending that message, like, hey, 100, like, hey, let's shoot this interview, let's do that. So it's like, right, like, and it's like, and you always hear about stories like that, like, and it made me think of like just crazy faith, like a lot of people be like, bro, why are you DMing Drake every day? You know what I'm saying? And like in the book, it was like, man, it's only crazy till it happened. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I already know the crazy thing is when I shoot for Drake, well, you probably experienced it with yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's like, say me and you can shoot an interview for me right now. It's probably gonna do numbers, but it's probably not gonna do like crazy ass numbers as like you shooting for a celebrity. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like people don't really care until there's someone that's like of importance. You know what I'm saying? But it's like to get there, you know what I'm saying? You gotta support the people that's trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? People that are trying to make shit happen. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, like I can respect someone that actually actively trying to get it, and someone that's like dick riding like a celebrity. Like you do an interview with like Drake, people all in your comment spamming is like, oh, I knew you can do it, my dog been working hard. Like, bro, I shot like 4 other interviews and you didn't even repost it.
Right, come on, fake love. What Drake said, I got people showing.
Yeah, fake love to me, you know what I'm saying? I was like, bro, I see it all the time, because one of my homie Dars, he posted something on his story. He's like, I can post the same quality of work, but it can be like someone you see every day at the club. As soon as I post a celebrity, y'all want to tag, y'all want to repost it, comment on it. It's like, bro, like, what's the difference? All it is just like that point is a person of importance. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And like, can I ask, like, do you think that's what it is? Like, just being a person of like importance? So like, why do you think it is that a lot of people will wait till you own to support you?
People don't really want you on until like someone that like is famous like really starts fucking with you. And then they can be like, oh, like I used to see him shooting videos at the club, you shooting music videos, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's when people start noticing. But like I say, like you being consistent, you posting your work, people tagging you, they see it. I know they see it. Every time I post them, I see a story post. I get 500-600 story posts. You know, so as soon as I post a celebrity, it jumps up to 1,500.
Right.
Like yo, like, or like that post, like, instead of doing like 200 likes, it'll do like 600 compared to the normal 200. Like yo, like 3 times. Like, I know y'all seen this. You know what I'm saying?
Right, for real.
So it's just like, you know, they only care about when it's like someone of importance. You know what I mean? Someone that they can be like, oh, you took a picture of Drake. You know what I'm saying? Drake tagged you. I've been seeing you, bro. I seen you work, bro. Like, bro.
Now they got the vision. Huh? Now they call. Oh, we see you now.
Yeah,
man.
you see, like, bro, I've been doing this for like, been taking the same quality picture, nothing changed. You didn't do no edit. It's something you always been doing. Oh, just because it's Drake. Oh, bro, I knew you could do it, bro. You doing the big things. Nigga, I've been doing big things since I started this.
Right, that's what I was saying. That's what I feel like. People like, oh, you doing big things? I'm like, bro, I've been bro, since, you know what I'm saying, back in the day, man, just staying persistent. But I'm like, that's one thing I had to learn, man, and I was thankful. Like I say, a coach who recruited me out of college called me like a couple weeks ago, and he was like, you know, Trill, like, oh, what you doing now? He's like, I remember you. You know, you always remember winners. And he was like, you know, what you doing now and stuff like that. And he was like, man, like, oh, I was telling him about what I'm doing, the cameras and stuff. And he was like, what, man, you doing this? And he was like, okay, you only on Instagram? He like, that's cool. But he was like, man, we not trying to just get views and likes. We trying to make money. Like, you know what I mean? He was talking about as far as like putting it on all the platforms and stuff. But I'm like, one thing I took out of it too was like, I'm like, it made me like, I don't give a damn if I get 100 views, 500 views, 600 views. I'm like, bro, I'm going to stay consistent because I'm like, that's what matters. And it goes back to like to that support. I'm like, a lot of people will go look at your page and be like, he only get this amount of likes, follows and stuff like this. But I'm like, watch, you're going to see doors open. You're going to see doors open from
the right person to see it, you own.
Come on. And man, that's huge right there. And then, man, let me ask you this, man. You know, man, we own Resiliency Cam, man. Go back to a time where you had to be resilient in your life. How do you feel like in what ways do you still have to be resilient every day and things like that?
So it's a two-part question. I answered in two parts. So the first part, 2019, just graduated community college, went to LA to shoot videos. I was going to be out there for 2 weeks. Shit was cool, had money, you know what I'm saying? So like, it wasn't like an issue, you know what I'm saying? I already booked Airbnb, had to rent a car, situated, all that type of work deal. So I was just out there, shoot videos, make money, you know what I'm saying, and just network out there, you know what I'm saying. Probably like 5 days before like the trip ended. ASU, I forgot. As soon as this happened, I took it off. I had where the ASU can take out money for like the paying for school.
Right.
Man, I had like $3 in my account. And I was like, I can't call my mom, you feel me? I told my mom, like, I'm calling her, she's like, everything good out there, I'm telling her it's good. I'm not calling no one.
Right.
I'm like, oh, this is like me. I'm like, I'm gonna figure out, like, $3 in LA, bro. I was like, bro, I'm not gonna last. Like, good thing, I had a full tank, you know what I'm saying? I had like I knew what I bought, like, cause I was out there for a long time, so I bought groceries and stuff to last me while I'm out there. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, cool. I got money, I got food, I can't be eating out. I got $3 though. So it's like, I gotta get back to Arizona. You know, I'm not gonna get back home off of $3. So, you know what I'm saying? I took 2 days to figure out what to do. The first day I was like, man, what the hell? Like, I gotta figure out what to do. Second day, on the first day, I figured out, I'm like, all right, I know exactly what I do. Second day, what I did was everybody that was in my DMs that I didn't want to shoot for $50, $100, $200, I hit them up. I was like, yo, Saturday, if you want to shoot, like today's the day. Saturday's the day. Saturday only. So if you want to work, let's work. Man, I ran up so much money that day. Shot the videos, came back to Arizona. Worked on my job for like 2-3 weeks. Went back to LA, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I was resilient. That even now, you know what I'm saying, it's like every day, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone goes through some shit, you know what I'm saying?
Right, it's real. That's why the whole resilience is relatable. I'm like, man, we all can relate to this. Like, and that's why I started. I'm like, I want to start something that resonates with everyone. I'm like, the word resilient resonates with everyone. I don't care if it's losing someone, heartbreak, anything, man.
So everyone goes through everything, like even like me to this day, like you might think, oh, you shoot a video, but it's still like you got real life problems, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying, that you go through, but it's like, I'm not going to post on it. I'm not going to be that weirdo that's crying on Instagram, talking about, oh, my life's hard. Like, bro, like even you crying, post on Instagram for people to feel sympathy for you, you know what I'm saying? Like, you still got them problems, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yo, just like, whether it's bullshit or whatever, just like push through it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you going to figure it out. You know, like you said, it might not be today, it might be tomorrow, but you going to figure it out as long as you keep going. As soon as you sit there pouting, figuring out, oh, this sucks, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be as good as you want it to be.
Right. And then, man, like, talk about, like, you know, like having like that faith on, like, okay, this gonna work out. I'm gonna get these videos and things like that, man. Because I'm like, man, like having faith for real is like a big thing. I'm not sure if you're a big believer in faith, but like when I speak on faith, like it don't even got to be like a religion thing. It can be, faith can be believing in your dream, believing in this relationship, like believing in, you know what I'm saying? So it's so many ways. But like having that faith, because I'm like, I done drove the shoots with like $2, Carl E, and then, you know, God will bless me, like a client will call and be like, fine, all right, here $500, $600. Okay, I'm gonna put a half the deposit down today, and I'm like, oh, like, so man, like talk about like that faith and stuff.
So the biggest thing is first and foremost is I believe in myself like so much, you know what I'm saying? Like I say this all the time, is like, I might not be, you might take better pictures than me, you might edit video, but you will not outwork me, you know what I'm saying? What, 8 days out the week, you know, I know they're on 7, but I'm gonna put the extra work in, you know what I'm saying?
Real talk. Man, how many memory cards do you run through? I'm like, man, that noise be going through fast. Man, going back to faith.
But like I said, like, you seen the Kanye documentary?
Man, I have, bro, and it's like so life-touching
so like,
and changing.
How he believed in himself so much, and you got other people. That's like kind of like where I'm trying to get. Because I believe in myself, but I feel like I'm not as putting myself out there. You know what I'm saying? So people like, oh, I support you, but they don't really believe in me because I'm not really putting myself out there. So like that's really what I'm trying to get on right now. I was like, yo, like, I believe in myself. I know I can make it. I know I can shoot these videos. I work hard on this. You know, I'm not jocking what's trending right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking of my own stuff, shooting. It's like, I know it's only a matter of time before, like, I get that one big opportunity, one big breakthrough before, like, everything else. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I didn't believe in my stuff. Like, every single, like, bro, like, I don't know many people DMing Drake telling, like, yo, we gonna work together. You know what I'm saying?
And not even just DMing them, but really believing it. Like really, like, no, it's really gonna happen. Like, you know, people say things, but they don't really believe it. Like, nah, he like, nah, come on.
Yeah, so, like, that's something that, like, I believe in myself. Like, I put myself against anybody. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to this creative craft, like, so you may take better pictures than me, you may take better videos, edit better than me, but like you said, you won't outwork me. You know what I'm saying?
And like, too, going back to like believing in yourself, like, cause I remember Cootie, the dude behind the camera, was like, man, like, seeing the way Kanye believes in himself just made you start believing that much more in him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just wanted to see him win, like, believing more, like, in him. So I'm like, man, that's real too, as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really a thing right there. You know?
So yeah, I just gotta get, like, my biggest thing now is, like, I've seen them, like, I gotta get people to believe in me. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they can, like, start, like, okay, I want to see him get to these spots, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly, and that's why I always even tell my clients and stuff, like, it's good to, and that's why I was asking, like, who's LB outside of the camera? Because I'm like, everybody know LB the camera guy, like, who is you, and you know, of course your loved ones and things like that, like, know you outside, but it's like I always, like tell my clients too, it's like, all right, if you're a trainer, people don't want to just see you working out all the time. People don't want to see, like, when people go to your page, they want to see what you stand for, what you believe in, whether it's faith, whether it's family, whether it's this
I be
camera,
trolling.
like.
I be trolling. Everyone I know knows I be trolling on Instagram, on social media. I'm like the biggest, like, I be shooting videos, but they be like, people, oh, like, he shoots videos, but he be trolling on, like, Instagram, like his shit's funny. Right.
And so, like, when you talk about, like, getting people to, like believe more in you, what does it feel like you have to do that?
Like, put myself out there more. Like, really, it's like, be more vulnerable. Like, when you post a video or post a picture, like, you don't know how's it gonna do. You might put so much effort into, like, oh, this is gonna be fire. Might do 20 likes. Right. You know what I'm saying? And you be like, damn, I spent so much time in it. But, like, you really gotta be vulnerable, you know what I'm saying, to the naysayers, the haters, the criticism, all that, and just take it and just go in there and run with it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And, like, it's crazy you say that because, like, that's one thing I had to learn, like, 2 years ago when I was, like, going through my struggle and about to lose my partner, crazy. And, like, I remember my cousin was like, man, it's power in being vulnerable. And I'm like, man, it is, bro, because, like, you know, we live in a world today, like I say, social media stuff, everybody's posting the best picture, the happiest moments, like, they showing you when they real strong, but, like, nobody talk about, like, not that you want to, like, you say, be on there crying and shit, like, this and that, but, like, it's like, for me, like, I'll post some stuff, like, I go through, not everything, but, like, I just post something somebody can relate to because I'm like, I know somebody feeling that too. Like, they not brave enough as me to be like, no, I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that. Like,
that's exactly what I be doing too. Is like, I'm not going to be posting, like you said, I'm not going to be posting, like, everything, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, like, when I post, I'm like, yo, this entrepreneur shit is hard. This video shit is hard. You know what I'm saying? I know someone out there can feel it. Like, so many people slid up and was like, yo, I feel the same way. So I'm like, yo, like, I know you can feel me. So, like, I feel like when people can relate to you more, too, they want to see you win as well. Because they can relate. But they don't see you like you. Like, there's so many people on there posting, like, the best moments. Like, you think all the celebrities, they post, like, the best moments. Like, no one can relate to them unless you live in that life like them too. You know what I'm saying?
It's like Lil Durk said, and so he said, I can't always rap about a fucking Richard Mille. He said most motherfuckers don't even know what a Richard Mille is.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't even know. Like you said, like, yeah, I feel that 100% too. Cause, like, even when I go visit my grandma and, like, visit my friends and stuff and, like, Buckeye and stuff, like, some of them, like, I was talking to someone, they didn't even know what an AMG was. I'm like, yo, AMG, like, Mercedes? They're like, I was like, oh damn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Just the little stuff for real. And it's also something you had said, man. I'm trying to like refresh my memory. We were talking about, dang, shit, it's all good, man. We're gonna keep it rolling. I had like a point or something I really wanted to like hit on that you had said, man. But it'll come back to me in a second, man. But like, let me ask you this, like, what's a music video that's like popular or something like that, or like I can remake that, I can make it better. Like, have you thought like that, or?
Nah, I don't really think about I can make it better. Just like
you would have did it differently.
That, and also too, like, if they do something that I haven't seen, I'm like, how can I do that? And then I just be like, all right, I have my own twist to it. So really, like, I watch music videos, but most of the time I watch videos like, have I seen it before? If I have, how can I make it better? Or add my own twist to it.
Right, add your own twist to it and stuff, right? That, you know, that influence. No, that's good. And then, man, let me ask you, man, like when you're working with clients and things like that, like, is it about the money? Is it about who the person is? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you just willing to work with anybody? Like, how do you go about that?
It really depends. Really, like, obviously you want to get paid, but like some instances, if it's like I said, it goes back to like, all right, how is this benefiting me? You know what I'm saying? Is this in the long run? You know what I'm saying? I might just do it. Like I said, get paid, but like, at the end of the day, I don't do this for like the money or like the clout. You know what I'm saying? I just do this to make art that's like classless. You feel me? Like, you can watch a video that I made 5 years from now and be like, damn, like, I remember like it was like yesterday, the first time I seen this. I want people to see my videos, see my work, and make them like feel some type of emotion. You know what I'm saying? That they like, oh damn, like, I seen this video when I was going through something, help me get through it. Let me watch this again. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where I want to get to, why I'm going to get to with like these videos, to like make like timeless pieces. You know what I'm saying?
That's real for real. Cause like, you know, too, going back to P5, like I was asking him, I was like, you know, how, you know, being from the West Coast, like how important is it for you to have that West Coast sound? And he was like, shoot, you know, it's important, because he was like, he don't feel like the West Coast got their sound again, but he was like, I'm trying to make classic music. He like, it's music we listen to, like Snoop Dogg, classics and stuff that still play to this day and still popping. And I'm like, when he put it in that perspective, I'm like, damn, no, for real. So it's like, for you to be like, I want to make classic videos and they still be played from years old, I'm like, nah, that's a dope mindset to have, man. What's something that you haven't done that you want to do? Or do you feel like you've brought everything into life that you wanted to?
Video-wise?
Mm-hmm. Video-wise. In business, anything for real. But really just from the video standpoint, too.
I've been trying to shoot a car video, but all my homies should be playing.
Hey, y'all need to stop playing, man. We owe y'all, man. We calling you out right now. Hey, look.
I hit up so many of my homies because I got nice cars. I'm like, yo, like I see something on Instagram, I'll send it to them. I'm like, yo, let's do something like this. Then they'll be like, so one of them, they hit me up last minute when I said I wanted to film it. Then the other one, I lost my camera bag, and I didn't get it back till like the next day. Then I never saw it, so I take that back. But I haven't shot a car video. I want to shoot one, but it's not like a simple like, oh, get the car driving. It's like, oh shit, like I want one of those. You feel me?
Right.
So that's kind of like where I want to go for with that.
Right. And like one thing I like you were saying too, like, you know, you might shoot a better picture than me, this and that, you're not going to outwork me. And that was going back to like what I was saying earlier, but I didn't like dive into when Eric Thomas was like, I'm not the best, I'm a beast. And he was like, you know, Tony Robbins, all these other guys, they speak better than me. He said they don't outwork me. Yeah. And that's why I'm number one in the world. So that's why I'm like, you know, going back to that, I'm like, nah, what you're saying is real. Like, you can snap, you know, photos and things like this better than me, but you're not going to outwork me. And I'm like, that's what it really comes down to sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, people want to see that consistency, that work. Like, yeah, man. It started raining on us, man. We had to move the setup. Man, but, you know, just back to, you know, what we was talking off, you know, like not being the best, but a beast, man. Like, I think, like, you know, the crazy thing is, like, with consistency, bro, it eventually, like, gets you there. Like, it's no way you put in that amount of work and work that hard and it just doesn't pay off.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, I tell people, like, even if it didn't, like, even if it doesn't work out in what you were doing, it's gonna work out in something else. Like it's gonna translate in your life, you know. So
that's kind of like what I can relate to that for sure.
You know, so I definitely think that, man. You know what? And that's what I was gonna ask you. That's what I was meaning to ask you. I don't know if I asked you yet, but with everything picking up, business, all of these things, you know, you're starting to get the clientele you want. You're starting to get the numbers you want. You're starting to figure things out. What keep you grounded?
Just like the people around me. Then like also too like I just know at the end of the day like it's gonna be like the best. You feel me? Like cool, money's cool, client's cool, but it's like that's not the end goal. Like obviously like you don't make money, but it's cool. You do a lot of money, but it's like when that gone, when that fades away, you leave this earth. It's like, oh, you don't want to be known as a videographer that all you cared about was the money, or you cared about a videographer that cared about the art, cared about the craft. I don't even say I'm a videographer, content creator that cared about the craft, cared about the art, and like I said, they viewing my stuff years from now. They probably showing your videos in classes and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Man, funny you mentioned classes because, man, just popped in my head. I was like, shoot, I gotta tell you about this idea and stuff, man. Can't tell you on camera, man. I'm not trying to take it and run with it. But yeah, man. Like you say, just leaving stuff that is classic and you know that lasts a lifetime, man. That's what it's really about. And like you say, like not just more about the money and stuff. That's why I posted a clip this week. Like, you know, Giovanni Ruffin was saying, like, follow your passion. Like, you know, forget the money. You know,
for
like,
sure.
You know, money gonna come. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, come and goes, for real.
Yes, bro. It definitely does, man. And you know, man, it's been definitely like a great interview, man. Like I said, we back for part 2, man. Camera died on us, man. But it's all good, man. Still just making it happen and responding, like, once again, just being resilient, bro. You feel me? Because we could have easily been like, yeah, this the second time, this, that. Like, nah, we got to make this happen. We got to make this happen.
Just chill for a little bit, let the batteries charge, and came right back to it.
Come on, man. Got right back to it, man. What does it, like, you know, when we look back on this interview, because we will, where's LB going to be at, man? Are you going to be... You gonna be in film, or you gonna be like in fashion and things like that? Like, do you have other plans outside of being a content creator? Like, because I'm sure it'll be dope, like too, for you to have your own clothing brand, and now you shoot your own brand, like stuff like that.
Yeah. Like, so I got my own clothing brand.
See, there we go.
I need to like get on it. I've been trying to find a vendor, but I'd be like half-assing it. Then another one, I'm not gonna talk too much on camera. All I was gonna say is LBCKEE times Mellow Lashes. 2022, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say.
Come on, it's coming.
Yeah, for sure.
Big things coming, man. That's definitely what's up, man. And then like, let me just ask too, man, before I let you go and things like that. Like, what's some advice, like just like life advice, or like some things that we like you feel like a lot of people don't understand and stuff that that you feel like they need to hear or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm about to be 23 in like a week or so or whatever, but
that's what's up.
I would say in my 20s,
hey guys, LB don't ever talk, so I'm just learning so much about him. Like, right, he about to be 20 now. I don't know them. Hey, he just smile and work.
Like I said, like I just say I'm 23. My 23 years of life. One thing about me is like I never let adversity or nothing like get to me. You know what I'm saying? Even like growing up, you know what I'm saying? Mom's in jail. Grandma's struggling. Can barely afford to like she used to put us in sport. Barely afford to pay for it. I had to put on the payment plan. You know what I'm saying? Crashed a whip my senior year. It wasn't my fault though, but you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Crashed a whip. Getting scammed out of like a lot of money because you know what I'm saying? I didn't know at the time. Losing the camera, all that stuff that you know what I'm saying that happened to me. Like you never seen me like complain about it. You feel me? It's always just like I pushed forward and got through it. You know, I don't think like I probably may have complained, but like probably like people around me is like, yo, this is not. You always figure it out like what's next, like how to get it done. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never like even now it's like, oh, this person didn't want to shoot with me. It's like, what the fuck I'm gonna do? You know what I'm saying? You think I'm like cry? You didn't want to shoot with me? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, cool. There's 7 billion people on here. Like, there's more people to shoot for. You worried about one person? Right. It's like cool. Like cool. My price is my price. You know what I'm saying? Cool. If you didn't want to pay for this, that's fine. Like cool. Like my price is premium, my videos is premium. Like a lot of y'all probably watching this smoke weed. You don't pay no $10 for no Zaza, whatever it's called. You pay that high quality. My videos is that Zaza. You know what I'm saying? You ready to come with that pack. You know what I'm saying? It's an LBC pack we smoking on. You know what I'm saying? So come correct. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know what I'm saying? That's all just come through the adversity, like you said, being resilient through all this, you know what I'm saying? So
for real.
I just think whatever you're going through, just keep going, keep pushing through it.
For real. And one thing, like you said, like you know, I might have complained for a second, and it just made me think, like my dad said, like, man, cry about it, 5 minutes, shake it off, like just keep pushing, and like, you know, like you said, like, what am I gonna do? Complain? And that's why I tell people, like, instead of complaining and crying, pray. Instead of complaining and crying, like, just keep working. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just keep moving on. Like you say, like, you might not like it. It's like 7 billion people on this earth, though. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna, you know, mess with it, man. Yeah, man. You know, that's definitely, man. We're gonna leave it off on that, LB, man. What would you like? Is there anything you want to say, man, to, you know, maybe your supporters or anyone or anybody that's gonna watch this, man? Shout out to anybody.
Shout out to City of Buckeye, man. You know what I'm saying? Your boy out here doing big things. You know what I'm saying? Trying to put us on. You know what I'm saying? Any kid out there, any person I went to high school with, watching this, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's bigger than me. We all, like, when I'm up, we all gonna be, they gonna know about Buckeye, Arizona. Not a little small town, you know what I'm saying? People are hard working, all that. Shout out my mom, my grandma, my family, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Resiliency Cam, you know what I'm saying? We out here doing this, you know what I'm saying? 2022, you know what I'm saying? Just a year. I ain't gonna say another thing, last thing. You know, so I'm humble with this company, but I gotta let people know, stop playing with me when it comes to this shit. You know what I'm saying? I be quiet, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, I feel like at that point, like, it's getting me like disrespected out here. So, you know what I'm saying? I gotta let people know, like, I really do this. Like, you can put some respect on my name with this shit. Like, I'm not talking shit about nobody that does this or none of that. It's like, yo, like, when it comes to this shit, it's like, you gotta mention me. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, for real. I love it. Like, I get fired up. For those of you who don't know, I'm a photographer out here. For like, I love to hear LB out here popping his shit, because I'm like, bro, quiet, humble dude who, bro, he about his business, man. He worked hard. Like, it made me think to that. Like, man, we gonna close it out soon, but like, it made me think to that. Like, that nice guy spent his last type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, the girl kind of want the. But it's like, no, for real, like, no, LB, he really that, y'all. I promise y'all. Like, man, we're going to be collabing on a lot of stuff, man. It's going to be coming in 2022, man. This our year. Man, once again, LB, I'm thankful that you even, you know, sat down and did this, you know, interview with me. You somebody who, like I say, man, I only want to have high character, high value, people who going to, you know what I mean, do their thing, man. So that's definitely how I feel about you, man. I appreciate you, LB.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, man, we out of here.
Yes, sir.